Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official Zen Project Day coaching experience. I'm Cassiah Jay. I'll be your host. I want to thank all of you who are tuning in to watch the show. If you're watching from hangouts.zenproject8.com, be sure to leave your questions, comments, and feedback in the sidebar. I am here today with New York Times bestselling author, celebrity fitness and nutrition expert, and our Zen brand ambassador, the one and only Mark MacDonald. Hi, Mark.
Hello, Cassiah. Man, I look forward to Monday. And hello, ZP8 community. Tonight is a special one, right, Cassiah? It's Transformation Monday.
Yep. Last week we told you guys all about sharing your story and empowering your community to live ZP8. And tonight we are featuring 3 amazing transformations here to inspire you. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and introduce our fabulous guests joining us. We've got Mary and James Nelson. Hi, guys.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Great.
Good. Well, we're really excited to hear more about your transformation on the show this evening. And we've got one more amazing transformation for all of you guys, the one and only Kathleen Camarillo. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Cassiah. Hi, Mark. Hi, community.
It is so great to see you. You look amazing, by the way. I've been following all your Snapchats. You look so good. Dedication to the gym, dedication to ZP8. It's really exciting. I'm super excited for you to share with our community on tonight's Hangout. Thanks so much for joining.
You're welcome.
And as always, before we get started, a couple of housekeeping notes for all of you guys. We want to invite you to go to zenproject8.com for product information and your phase guides. So if you are new to our community or just getting started, you want to make sure that you download those guides and stay on track with recipes and information of how to follow the guidelines within each phase. We also want to invite you to our Facebook community. So it's facebook.com/groups/Zen Project 8. And of course, we've got an incredible YouTube community for you guys. I'm going to invite you to subscribe there, become a subscriber so that you can take a look at these amazing videos that we have produced for you. So there's playlists over here. Of course, subscribe right here. We have lots of information from Mark coaching you through the entire phase. So this is just an amazing resource for all of you guys. Again, here's your private group. So we've got an incredible group online over, oh, look, we're close to 11,000 members now. So lots of great community inspiration in here, from recipes to progress to how people are doing, a support community, all kinds of great things. So when you log on and you join our community, you'll want to take a look at these housekeeping notes just to kind of keep it a great, safe place where everybody can support and contribute. I also want to invite you, again, the channel you're probably watching from is hangouts.zenproject8.com, and remember that that is the channel you can go and watch these replays. So the amazing thing about our Hangouts is that they are recorded. So if you love tonight's show, make sure that you share it with everyone you know, love, and care about. So let's see here. Remember, last week we talked about sharing your story, and part of what we do here in Jeunesse is we love to get social, and we do lots of stuff online. I just told you I watch Kathleen on Snapchat, and we do a lot of stuff on Facebook. We've got an amazing Facebook community. But Mark, I know you've been doing some Facebook Lives, so it's a great way to share the story and just kind of lead the community, which you do a remarkable job of. I know that last week you did a Facebook Live in the group, so why don't you just tell the audience a little bit about what you covered and what you're going to do in the future for us?
Yeah, what's fun about this, Cassiah, is that we have consistently the whole goal of, with our Monday webcast, we have new content. Like last Monday we talked about the vegetarian, how to feed yourself, how to live ZP8 as a vegetarian. Week before we did how to live it as an athlete, and we're always helping people take the program and customize it to you. The plan, the products, and the community. But the Facebook Lives, just like you said, how to share your story and lead your community. And every week, and it's not a set time, you just got to be ready. Because at any time, I'm going to jump into that group, and what we're doing is a cool format. It's about 10 to 15 minutes of content, and then it's an open, ask anything question, 10 to 15 minutes open Q&A. So if you just want to hear the content, you can check in for the first 15 minutes. If you want the Q&A, type your question, and then that thread stays live, and I just keep answering questions. All you have to do is go to the closed Facebook community, which we almost have 11,000 members, click on photos, click on videos, and you can see our weekly Facebook Lives. The whole goal here is to help you live the program so you can live your best life, just like Kathleen, James, and Mary.
I love it. I love what you're doing to lead the community. I also love that. I mean, guys, think about that. You've got a renowned fitness and nutrition expert who says he's having a live Q&A, so that's your chance. You know, ask Mark those questions, really plug into those Facebook Lives and just get involved in the group. Great place to pick Mark's brain and get your questions answered. So, Mark, you know, every week we do a dose of inspiration. We love to inspire our community. I know you had an inspirational message that was important to you to share with our community, so why don't you go ahead and share that before we get started.
Yeah, because I mean, it's what we talk about all the time, and I was thinking about Transformation Monday, because normally my show on HLN is Transformation Tuesday, but we're switching to Transformation Monday. I mean, that's what this is all about, our weekly check-in for our community. And I think about goals. So everyone watching, our entire community, as you're watching this, I want you to ask yourself two big things. Do your actions match your expectations? See, the whole goal here is that as you live the program, as you take on 1% at a time, it's about making sure that you're aligned with it, that you're not setting yourself up to lose. And I want to share a quote with you right now. Let me pull this up. I'm getting faster with this, Cassiah. So if you look at this quote here, it's all about health progress is achieved with realistic and attainable goals. Make sure your actions match your expectations. Now, this is the big part. As you live the program, as your life evolves, because everything does, if they don't, if your actions don't meet your expectations, if you're not putting forth the effort, but you're shooting for the stars, then you have two options. Raise your actions or lower your expectations. Now, the reason I want to share this, Cassiah, and I wanted to share this quote is very simple. The reality is this, guys. You're going to have moments where you're going to be flying sky high, and you are rocking it, and you're in a groove, and momentum's going there, food's flying, grocery shopping's consistent, exercise is there, and your actions are meeting your expectations. But there's going to be moments when that doesn't happen. And instead of putting this unnecessary pressure on yourself, because I'm a person who does not like unnecessary pressure. There's enough pressure in life. You don't need it. So you simply make a choice, be realistic, and say, okay, is it a time for maintenance? Is it a time for progression? What adjustments do I need to make? Now, the fun part about tonight is I know Cassiah does this every single time she travels. She's a world traveler. I do it. I check in on a weekly basis. Where do I sit? What's my week look like busyness-wise? And tonight you're going to hear from James and Mary and from Kathleen on exactly this story, because all of them are moving forward. At times they maintain, but progression 1% at a time. So make sure your actions meet your expectations.
I love that. That's so true in life in general, not just, you know, in your fitness and your wellness goals, of course. Just an incredible dose of inspiration. I'm so glad that you shared that with us. I hope that you'll post that up in the group, and if you see it, guys, make sure that you share it. So, all right, I think we're ready to dive in. I'm really excited about our guests. I can't wait to hear more from them. So, from the first 100 transformations, we've got the lovely Mary Nelson on the line. Hi, Mary.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you perfect.
We can. Can I show Mary's picture first before we dive in?
For sure. Let's pull it up. We want to see
let's look. I have two pictures, everyone, for Mary. So Mary is down. This says 25 pounds and 35 inches, but I think she's a total down of 30 now. And if you can see, what's fun about Mary is that she started Zen Body, and now she's diving into ZP8, and she just keeps transforming her body. And she's got some great stories, but just look at the before and after. And then one more, because I think all the ladies in the house will love this next picture I have to show Mary. It is, Mary sent me this today. This is an actual picture from today. And I just love how lean and fit she is and how happy she's feeling on that. Look at those abs, Cassiah. You believe that?
That is amazing. You look really incredible. And you know what? I know that is not easy to do. So why don't you tell us, a little bit about your transformation? What made you decide to start living Zen? First of all, you didn't have a ton of weight to lose. Obviously, now we see your abs. You look amazing. You're cut up. But just tell us a little bit about your transformation.
Well, for me, I attended a Discover Jeunesse event in Orlando last April and saw they had just released all of the new Zen Body stuff, and there was a couple that was much older than me who got on stage and they were like throwing out push-ups left and right, and it was one of those where I just went, oh my gosh. And they talked about how they had problems with arthritis, and they were able to overcome them through the use of our product line and our system. And I thought, well, shoot, you know, I've got some weight to lose, and I was more interested in the arthritis problems because doctors have thrown around terms like fibromyalgia with me. I've got the rheumatoid arthritis, problems with my wrists, with my knees. I've got herniated disc in my back. So I've got a lot of former injuries. And even when I was in shape a few years ago, I still ended up always in pain. And so I wasn't healthy. And I figured, you know what, let me do this. Let me see if this makes a difference. And it sure did. It made a huge difference. So, yeah.
You know, Mary, I love when you talk about the fibromyalgia. 'Cause, you know, my wife Abby has had fibromyalgia since 1999, and I think about like the pain aspect of it and the difference it is. Now, you're not only have some of the medical challenges, and you know, we're not saying that ZP8 and Zen is any type of medical relief. No, we're saying that when you transform your physique, it helps your joints work better. It just helps your body function better. But you're also a mother of 3. And you're busy.
Yeah.
So share with all the busy people and the moms out there, like what are the 3 main things that you do that really helps that would help the entire audience understand how to make this work into their busy life?
Well, for me, our middle son, who's 6 years old, he is severely autistic. And so our life is definitely very busy. We have therapies every day. But we have therapists that come to our house, which is awesome, and we try to incorporate time outside with the kids. And, for example, Wyatt loves to jump on the trampoline, and so I'm out there jumping on the trampoline with him. You know, I can't always get to the gym, so, you know, I'm lifting my kids left and right. We're working out. Cole, I tried to do push-ups today, and my 3-year-old jumped on my back, and I attempted a few push-ups with him on my back, but, you know, I got a couple in. But, you know, you got to really try to throw it in where you can get it. You can't always expect to get in a full workout every day. It just doesn't always happen, so you have to work it in. I really focus on just making sure that I stick to the PFC every 3. And even working through an injury that I've had for about 2.5 months off and on with my knee, I was able to maintain the weight and maintain the muscles just through eating and the supplements the last couple of months. And I think that speaks volumes to your program that you've given us and really helped us with. You know, I'm able to do this without the prescription drugs that the doctors had put me on, you know, antidepressants and anti-inflammatories that were prescription strength. I'm able to do life now and live it through Zen Project 8 without all those extra junk, all the extra stuff.
Well, you're doing an amazing job of it, and just from hearing your schedule, I think so many people can relate to that, you know, being a busy mom and having really, really full schedules where you don't have a whole lot of time. So you said that the PFC every 3 is something that really works well for you. Obviously, you've been diligent in doing that, but why don't you share with our community a little bit about your favorite Zen product? So what's your favorite product, and tell us why you love it.
Zen Fit. I am a Zen Fit nut, and whenever people ask in the group, you know, about what Zen Fit does or when I should add it, holy cow, I'm on top of it, because that is my miracle product, in my opinion. I cannot live without it. I was scared to start the 8-week program because I thought at first I was going to have to wait and introduce it back in week 5, and then Mark cleared that up and said it was okay to pick back up with it after detox week. And I'm able to, the people that I've been helping through the program, I like to try to tailor it to their needs and let them know when they can add Fit back in. I drink it on the way to the gym. I drink it during my workout. Tonight I drank it after my workout also. You know, it gives me that energy. but I think the best part for me is the benefits from the aminos. The fact that I think my diet before this, although I ate clean, I was not getting enough protein. And so with the aminos, the Zen Fit, I'm able to get that, and my muscles and my bones, everything is getting it, and it's all functioning the way it's supposed to. And I think that was what was severely lacking. I can't say enough about Zen Fit.
You know, Mary, you're like the Zen Fit ambassador. That's your new nickname, because I love Zen Fit, but you made me love it even more. And like, I love the passion behind it. I love that I talked about like the bulk orders, and you immediately said,
yes.
I just did my bulk order of Zen Fit.
Yes,
and
we have it.
And what you talked about with the protein intake, we talked about that last week as a vegetarian, the importance of protein, how it brings nitrogen in. So everyone, remember, if your goal is to lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is, build muscle, protein is your friend, because protein, amino acids, are the building blocks of muscle, and that is your metabolism. So the last question for you, I know we're going to bookend right after Kathleen. We're going to bring on your husband back, and I know you guys rock this together. But last question for you, Mary, is I know that you're doing more. You've inspired, you've transformed your body, but I know you're also leading your community, because you always share that. Tell our audience, what are you doing to help take this beyond you and your family? Because I know you inspired your husband.
Yeah.
And now, how are you inspiring your community? Give some people some info on that.
We really work as a team, and it totally happened unintentionally. We bring people into our house. I mean, we're in a community now where, since we're a military family, we move around a lot. So basically the only people we know are people that my husband knows from work. And the guys start chatting with him, or the spouses that I've never even met will see things on our spouse group, or they'll see stuff on my page and say, hey, honey, ask James Nelson about that Zen Project date. And then we kind of work together to organize a time to invite these new friends into our home, and we feed them how we eat. You know, we say, these are your options. The other night we had a couple and their 2 teenage sons came over, and we just I made all of the different proteins that we do in a typical week and kind of laid it out as a buffet. And then they were great. They were fantastic about really asking and learning as we ate, how much each of their portion sizes were. We let them taste the Zen Fit, and later on we had our Nevos, and we let them taste our Nevos, so they could kind of get an idea of what it is that we do, and that's basically how we do it. We like to invite people into our home and kind of tell them, we're here for you, and if you need recipes, if you need support, I'm here 24/7. Text me whenever.
Before I throw it back to you, Cassiah, I just want to talk about that, Mary. How, for everyone watching, this is you brought, my eyes watered up with that, because you're not just showing people the power of a product. Like, you love Zen Fit, you love Nevo, like all of that, but you're showing them a lifestyle. You're showing people the possibilities. So you bring a family in, you bring their sons in, and you show them the reality. And when they leave your house, they see the possibility of what can be and the realistic attainability of how to make food work. Thank you so much for doing that. It's amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It really is amazing. I love your story. Every time I hear it, it completely inspires me. I totally love what you're doing, so thank you so much for sharing that with all of us. Kathleen, I'd love to bring you in. Want to definitely hear from you tonight. I mean, your results have just been remarkable. Like I said earlier, I follow you on Snap. I watch what you do. You're so diligent, even on days that you have really tough times. You're so vulnerable. You always share it with the community. Your results have been amazing. I believe your results are 80 pounds, 45 inches. Is that correct?
Look at this picture, Cassiah. Look at this. Do you see that before and after right there?
Wow, look at you, Kathleen. Oh my goodness, you look incredible.
Thank you.
Look so good. I can see you're already getting emotional. So,
Yes.
I get it. I think, and a lot of people relate to that, like losing weight can be such a struggle. And I know that for you, it was something that was really just a struggle for you in the past. So why don't you share with our audience just about how Zen Project 8 has been different for you and how you've really been able to make this program your lifestyle?
Wow, I mean, Cassiah, the word struggle doesn't even come close to my life. Before I met MacDonald and I became part of the Zen Project 8 beta, I was morbidly obese. I had so many health issues, and like Mary, I mean, the medications and the things the doctors you have to sit through, it's scary. I mean, you have to make these changes in your life to have a quality of life. And I think the thing that I get emotional about is that I have a 6-year-old son, and I was always on the sidelines watching him play, watching him enjoy life. And I couldn't fully participate, not only in my life, but his life. And I thought, you know what? It's time. It's time for me to do something. One thing to make a change. And at that moment, it was MacDonald, like right in my path. So talk about heaven sent. And yeah, you're right. In the past, I have tried. I mean, everyone that's been overweight, I mean, come on, there are so many things out there that you try. And my life was so focused on the yo-yo dieting, counting calories, focusing just on the scale, basically letting my failures and the expectations of every program make it harder to even get up and try the next day, until I learned about my body and how to eat and how to fuel it. And I learned that I set my goals. I set my expectations. And you know what? They need to be realistic and they need to be attainable. And we don't need to be in control of what everyone else thinks we should be doing, just of ourselves and our health, to be 1% better each and every day. And I live that 1% every day. And of course, my family knows when I walk into somewhere, there's going to be an MRFK. I mean, if they're having a pasta dinner, here I'm going to come in. And of course, my Zen shakes are going to be with me. It's part of my life.
Kathleen, I love when we launched the ZP8 tour right after Vegas. And we went to California, and Cassiah and I were there. And every time I hear you speak, the passion it comes out of you. You're a school teacher too.
Yes.
So as you're living this, as you started with you're down 80 pounds, 45 inches, and it's been a journey for you. And now you've got your family involved. What are you doing every single day that inspires yourself, your family, and the difference you can make with the kids?
Well, Mark, you know my passion is to lead the change and end the dieting madness, not only in my home, but in my community, and that includes my students and now their families, and also our staff and our other amazing teachers. It kind of launched at the same time that our school started a salad bar, and it wasn't the biggest hit it could have been. And so people noticed how I was eating and bringing in this kit, and they're watching me, and the kids are watching. And all of a sudden you notice that fruits and vegetables were the hot items. And you notice that my students wanted to have a healthy snack when I had my shake. So I'm like, all right, everyone, what do you want to bring in? Well, let's learn about PFC. And there's another teacher at my school that's charting up with her kids. Let's stabilize our blood sugar, a little bit older. So I think the thing that we need to do is also incorporate as educators, get the kids moving during the day. Get those brain breaks in. I mean, we do a lot of things where we're up and we're moving. I mean, the kids know what squats are in my class, and they're up and they're moving around. They're not sedentary. I think that's made a huge difference in also with their parents. They've watched me, and the parents are always like, okay, what are you going to do now? What are you doing? What are you doing, Mrs. Camarillo? What are you going to, how do I live my best health? So I've become an educator of that as well, and that's powerful when you change a community in that way. And in my family, my son started karate. He loves to go to the gym to work out in the kids club, not to sit there, but to get sweaty. My husband's taking charge of his health, walking every day and trying to be his most healthy self. I just want to continue to be an inspiration to everyone, only because I know that so many people out there have inspired me.
I love when you talk about leading the change. It's like what Mary's doing and James are doing in their way, you're doing in your way, and this is how we truly end the dieting madness. And I know you know this as a chronic yo-yo dieter. So share with us. I know Mary likes the Zen Fit. What is your favorite Zen product and why?
Oh my goodness gracious. If you know me, I am a Zen Fuse freak. I am a shake person. I won a shake contest too. I got a free stuff. It was fun. I love to make my shakes, and I love to invent, and I love to try. I love people to come over and sample. I'm all about the Zen Fuse. I love them both. I love to combine them, and it's just something. It's so convenient. You're on the go. Like Mary said, she loves them. Her fit at different times. My Fuse is right after. I mean, I'm having my fit during my workout, And right afterwards, I'm going to have a shake. I want to make sure that I'm eating within that hour of when I'm done, and I want to stabilize my blood sugar, and my shake is my go-to PFC meal. So
I love it. I love it. I love how you say that too. And what I found too, even doing PFC, it like inspires a different side of our creativity. It's like it can be really, really fun to find healthy foods and great ways of making shakes, all this amazing stuff. So I love your passion. It just gets me really excited. I also just have so much love and respect for you because of how self-empowered you are. I think that you know, a lot of times we rely on external sources. It's easy to do things that are a quick fix or have something external, but it's like a change that you have to make within yourself. And one of my favorite quotes is, when you learn, teach, because to me, having the knowledge, like you're an educator, so you talk a lot about understanding your body, understanding what your body needs from a good fuel. How do you feed it PFC, and what does that mean? How are you burning fat? So educating yourself, I think, is just outstanding, and therefore you're empowered by that knowledge. So now that you know, and you're going to teach, what's a piece of advice that you could give to someone who maybe was in that difficult place and isn't, you know, feeling motivated to get started? What's that piece of advice that you could give to someone who's watching right now?
I think the biggest advice that I could give anyone is make one small change. Don't take it all at once. Just one small change. If you were like me at 323 pounds, I lived a sedentary life. I just started to get up and move more. Now 80 pounds from the beginning. Take percent every meal, you know, all day long. Tomorrow, eat one less. You know, just take it a little by little. I think that's where a lot of people just think I have to do everything all at once, and you don't. Just focus on your goal for yourself. And also, don't worry about, you know, not being perfect. It's okay. Forgive yourself for not being perfect. Make progress, like Mark says, over perfection. And I always tell everyone I speak to, who emails me, who reaches out, think about what you're gaining. Everyone talks about what you're losing. Think about what you're going to gain by making these positive changes to your health. And you're going to learn to love yourself every day a little more. And when you start to see that, and it starts, I call it the ripple effect. It starts to ripple out to the community. It's beautiful. And I love this community. And everyone who tunes in and watches, thank you. Thank you for being so authentic and sharing of yourselves, because it helps all of us who were starting to be that as well.
Wow, and we just love and adore you. This community loves you. And I'm telling you, Kathleen, like you need to start doing some Facebook Lives. Like you really have such an amazing and inspirational message that just comes straight from the heart and just hits you at the core. So we love hearing from you. We thank you for your contribution to our community, and of course we wish you continued success on your journey with PFC. All right.
Thank you, guys.
I think we need to wrap with Mary's husband, who's been hanging out with us for a little while. So why don't we give some love to the men who are rocking ZP8 and welcome James to the show. Hi, James.
Hi, Cassiah. How you doing?
Doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Sorry if there's some background noise. We got some PFC going on right now and the children.
Yeah, no worries. So tell us about your kids. Do you have boys, girls? What do you have?
3 boys.
3 boys. Okay, so that's good, because you need some males in your home, considering you are wildly outnumbered in our Zen Project 8 group. So we want to give a shout out to all the guys who are rocking our community. But we see some before and after pictures. I'm going to go ahead and pull these up. So Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about this transformation?
Yeah, so James has just been incredible. Just look at that picture, because we did need some testosterone, Cassiah. You and I want some men in the group. You know, we love our females. Come on, ladies, you know you rule the world. It's about 75% female base in ZP8, but the men, we got 25%. And James, myself, and a few other men leaders out there, Jerry Ziffer, we are bringing the men along with us. But James is down 30 pounds and 25 inches with ZP8, and just look at that transformation. Are you a Calvin Klein commercial, James? Because I think you are. You're a military man. You're Coast Guard. Like, I think everyone wants you on that Coast Guard calendar. Make it happen.
Yeah. Not so far. I'll have to really push for it.
I love it. I love this, too, because I think as women, you know, sometimes we feel we feel so much pressure from society to look a certain way and to be a certain way, and so we have this beauty standard where we're always chasing something where, you know, with men it's like we have different outlooks. So first of all, you're a dad. I love the fact that you chose to do ZP8. I mean, obviously, even your before picture, you look great. I mean, you don't look bad at all. You look great. By taking your body to the next level, just, you know, share with us, how has that improved your overall quality of your life?
You know, sorry, I kind of missed that question. I got somebody chatting my other ear up. I apologize.
That's okay. Let me repeat it. That's funny. No, we were just saying that, you know, you looked great before. You really did. But taking your body from good or average to excellent into that next level where you can see your abs, you got more defined. Just tell us, you know, as a dad, why did you choose to do it, and how has it improved your quality of life?
Well, honestly, that's what it really started with, was quality of life. I have old back injuries from probably 10 years ago that have just started, you know, kind of catching up with me as I've gained weight, and it sneaks up on you. The weight, it really creeps up on you, and you don't realize it. And that was my big motivator. Was at a certain point, I had so much pain. I couldn't play with my kids, and it was debilitating at night, where it was just like I couldn't get upstairs without just feeling so much pain. I was taking so much Motrin just to kind of like numb the pain, and it did very little in terms of like treating the pain, but yeah, I think that was my big motivator. And then of course, looking down the road for, you know, my kids, I want to be able to play with them 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So that was the biggest motivator for me.
Hey, James, on being a dad and a man, you know, I like things simple. I call it man cave cooking. You know, we did a whole segment on CNN about that. I shared that. So look, for all the other men out there, because every lady watching this, let's share it with the man in your life, and all the men, share it with one of your buddies. I want you to share 3 simple things that you do that helped you go from the before to the after. 3 things that anyone watching tonight, men and women, anyone watching can do, can take away and start acting on tonight or tomorrow. What are the 3 things? Give us 3 tips.
As far as the cooking goes, I would say preparation is a big thing for me. Like, I was never one to prep anything. I would go in the fridge and try to quickly whip something together, just, you know, kind of like a teenager would. And I see my teenager doing it now. I'm trying to change, you know, lead the change in that too. But I think that was my biggest thing, is just prepping ahead of time and making sure I've got food that I can just go in there and quickly grab, put together something. You know, I like the chicken, the bison. I'm not a big fan of fish, so that was kind of one of those things I was trying to figure out how to steer clear around. But I live off the chicken and the bison. Turkey meatballs. Mary makes a killer turkey meatball, so that was a big thing for me, is just the prep, I think. And I love, you know, making salads, quick and easy, and I can pack them and take them to work, and I can make a salad with pretty much any of the ingredients, mix it with the meat and stuff. So I think that's probably my biggest thing, is just the prep. Really prep yourself for the week if you can.
So be prepared for that. But what about an exercise tip? So I'm a guy who's your before, and like I'm your Coast Guard buddy, and I need it. James, why should I do this? I need you to show me. Give me something that makes me say I can do that.
You know, honestly, like early on, I didn't have a lot of time to exercise. I didn't go to the gym for 2 hours a day. I went when I could, and it turned out to where like those first 2 months where I did the 8-week program, I was lucky to get 3 days in the gym for an hour. So really, the biggest thing was just I'd go in there, do what I could for that amount of time, and you know, push some weights around. I didn't run a single mile. I can't say that's a great thing to not do a lot of cardio, but I didn't even run up a mile. I didn't, you know, running was not a part of it. So biggest part of it, it showed me how big the diet was for getting in better shape, because I've never been this lean and done this little work in my life, honestly, in terms of working out.
That's the point that I want every male and anyone living the program to take away. Food is your foundation. And I love Wyatt in the background, because all that additional stress you feel as a parent, you can't pay attention, you can't hear. That's what it's about. Cortisol levels rising. Just relax. That's why we're family oriented, to make it happen. One more question before I throw it back to Cassiah, James. Okay. So Mary likes Zen Fit. Okay, and she's the Zen Fit ambassador. We have Kathleen, who is like, what is it, Zen Fuse Freak. I love that name. That's your new nickname, Zen Fuse Freak. What is your thing? What's your favorite Zen product and why?
You know, I love, and I'm with Kathleen. I love the Fuse because I've been able to mix and make all kinds of different concoctions with it. Where like I'll freeze it and make it into like almost like cookie dough. I used to love cookie dough as a kid, or even as an adult. And so that's one of those things that I love the Fuse because I can make it into a cookie dough. I can make it into a shake. I mean, it's delicious. I love it.
He's obsessed with the vanilla Fuse. I kid you not. He freaks out when he's only eaten a third of the bag, and he's calling me or texting me from work going, you better order me some more vanilla Fuse because I'm almost out.
So
you have to post some of those recipes in the group because I'm a cookie dough lover too. So
it's delicious. I love it.
Cool. All right. So, we have one more question for you guys. And again, thank you so much for joining. I love the fact that your kids are in the background. That's just real life. That's what Hangouts are about. We're just people hanging out and living life, and you're just showing exactly what you can do on the project. So I think it's fantastic. And we heard earlier from Mary, and she just shared how, as a couple, you guys impact your community and people that you bring into your home and you show them, how you eat and you get them to sample the products, which I think is outstanding. And as women, we talk a lot about empowering one another because we do want to not only look our best, but we want to feel a certain way. So I would just love to hear from you, James, your perspective as a man. How are you helping other men become their best again?
Yeah, well, it's amazing seeing the guys that I work with. It, like I said, it creeps up on you, and you get in your mid-30s, and you look at pictures from when you were in your 20s, and you're like, I feel like I look like that, but then you see a picture of yourself, and you're like, what happened? So, making that change, and then seeing like, the guys, and I'm afraid that any of them are watching right now, but the guys at work, we'll get to talking about it, and I've got a picture on my phone. It's not to show off; it's a reminder of like how bad I felt like I got, like I saw a picture of myself and I was just like, that's not what I feel like I look like. So I need to get to a better place, to where I can look in the mirror and be like, okay, that's where I feel like I should be. So I think the guys seeing that change, and then me just, I stay the course. That's kind of my whole plan all along, was just to, stay the course every day, just take it a little bit at a time and never expect change overnight. But as long as I stay doing the same thing every day, then, Kathleen and so many others are proof that the system worked, and even my wife, it's amazing. It's amazing the whole process. So
awesome.
Very good. Mark, I was going to let you pick that up, but I'll pick that up because I feel, honestly, I agree with that, but that just goes to show you that this is so mental. For most people, it's the opposite. Most people I know, even for women, we look at ourselves like, oh my God, am I 500 pounds? So it's a mental thing too. I love the fact that your mindset was, this is not who I am. And so envisioning yourself of what your best body looked like and then getting to that place, I think is so inspirational. And I love that you shared that with us. I think that's remarkable. And I like having pictures on my phone too. Right now I have my niece and nephew because I just love and adore them, but I used to put pictures of like different fitness models that I love just because it's a reinforcement. It's really good. That's positive reinforcement. So I think that's great that you do that. I don't think that's prideful at all. I think it's great to have self-pride, a healthy sense of self-pride. I love it. Mark?
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just this is why we do what we do, Cassiah. This is one of my favorite webcasts of all time. I just love the stories. Any success stories that share the power, because we have to remember we are leading change here. This is not about just losing weight. It's not about building muscle. It's about living our best health. And it takes amazing examples like Mary and James and Kathleen to do that. So the three of you, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being part of this. You daily inspire me. I got to tell you how many times I've had a tough day and I see a message from Kathleen. I see a message from you, Mary. James, I don't see a lot of interaction on you, but I know you're there, and I feel like when Mary does it, typical male, but when Mary does it, you're there. So we love you guys. Thank you for being part of the show. Words can't express how much Cassiah and I appreciate everything. Cassiah Jay, back to you.
Absolutely, I totally second that. It is so fun to hear from other people who are doing it, people who are having these experiences. So guys, we want to hear from you. Your story matters. It's important. Just like you're hearing from Kathleen, it's that small changes over time. It's that progress over perfection, and it really inspires a lot of people who can relate to you and understand the journey that you're on. So again, a special thanks to all of our guests. And next week, we're going to have another special show for you. So it looks like they've got some choices, Mark. You're going to post 3 topics in the group and let them choose their favorite one. Is that the deal?
Yeah, so we get everyone saying what they want to hear. I get all these emails and texts and Facebook messages on what you want the topics to be. So we're giving it back to you. Tomorrow, I will post 3 topics that we've had heavily requested, and then you guys will have one day. The one that says the most replies is the topic of the show. We'll decide by Wednesday. So get ready, because I think you're going to like the 3 choices.
I like this. Custom tailored content just for you guys to make sure you're active, connected up in the group, and start sharing your progress, sharing your stories with the rest of the community. If you loved tonight's show, know that this replay is available for you immediately following. You can catch it at hangouts.zenproject8.com. Be sure to share it with everyone you know, love, and care about. Again, a special thanks to our guests. Mark, as always, thank you for leading our community. We love and adore you. You are absolutely the best. We look forward to your webcast this week on Wednesday, so look for that in the group. And guys, we'll see you right here at hangouts.zenproject8.com next Monday night, June 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern. See you guys.
Bye, everyone.